Like we always do at this time, I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
My name is Oneal Tejada. I'm an IT and information technology by trade. I'm basically a technical lead Java developer by trade. I'm a part of WAG program because I saw it as a very important element to society that we're missing in our community here in Dallas, first and foremost, and then in the surrounding areas with potential growth across America. I got into it just because of the nonprofit and what it stood for. WAG stands for We Are Graduating, so it's catching youth, knowing that youth don't graduate, don't know about going to college and things like that, which is something that's very important, in my life. Was going through what my parents had instilled in me, so I got into it just because of that premise, that understanding behind it.
So the IT field it sounds like Greek to people that aren't into computers and aren't into that sort of thing. But for young people out there who might be interested in your field, what are some words of advice you would give?
So nowadays a lot of people are very computer savvy, but really don't understand what to do with that knowledge or technology. So IT is a vast field, information technology. Like I said, I am one area of that, which is Java development, back-end development. But then you have IT can consist of system administration, which is just understanding the nuts and bolts of computers, or web design, which is putting together websites. And people do that as a hobby, but there's a lot of money in that field if you hone that skill, into understanding the programming language or programming. Like I'm a Java programmer by trade, so I continue to hone that skill. Is a very important skill. I work with database people who just all they know is SQL Server or Microsoft. It's fields that are specialized, but you can make a lot of money by focusing on a hobby or something that interests you as you look at the iPhone, the mobile applications, or Android devices, or playing with computers, breaking them apart, breaking them back together. That's help desk technology. So we do it a lot nowadays, and now it's finding, okay, what's fun about it, and then how can I focus my skills in on that area. So IT is wide ranging. I've graduated in college, went through college, with a broad scope of IT, and decided programming was fun for me, and the different languages are, kind of what I have, the knowledge in assembler and COBOL, and C++, and Java, and .NET, and so forth. So just kind of continue down that path, which is one specialized area in this broad range.
And this is just like a general, I'm curious to know, with the evolution of the iPhone, like you mentioned, and just the way that technology, as soon as it hits the product, as soon as the product gets to the store, it's almost out of date. Mm-hmm. So for the next 5 to 10 years, where do you see technology leading us in the future? Just as an expert in your field.
So being in programming, there are always going to be new, greater, faster products available. Phones, mobile devices will be the new age going forward. iPhones will get faster, or I'm actually in the mobile space right now. That's where my space is. Outside of what I do for WAG, but my space is in the mobile space, and we've seen from iPads and PDAs, what we call personal device assistants, to the current iPhone, your mobile phone, where your phone does everything, but you get email and you get everything in a month. They're going to be like computers here, in the near future. But for me, my focus is to stay with what's that new, fresh programming language that's going to support that process. So, things are, these devices will become basically laptops or, computers in themselves. And you see it now, iPads and tablets and different things like that. But that'll be where it goes, and we'll continue to go down that path. Smaller, more portable, but it'll still always be about understanding whatever that area you're in Technology doesn't change them. I mean, I don't think it changes as much as people think, but it does change. I mean, it just becomes a different device that you work on.
I know you could probably tell us a lot more stuff about technology. People need to find you because you also design websites amongst everything else. So if you could give us a little more information about how folks can get in touch with you or sites that you've done, just a little bit more about Oneal to close out.
So I designed the back end of a lot of websites. I have a front end designer who puts actual web pages together. You can get in contact with me. You can contact me at my email address. I can give that out. It's otexada@yahoo.com. I have a web designer who puts nice things together. You can go to wagprogram.com, ospfund.com, infoincusa.com. Those are some of the sites that are out there right now. But we get together and I really do a lot for nonprofits. So if you're looking to have an interesting idea or things like that, you can contact me at that website. Hi, I'm Oneal Tejada of wagprogram.com. WAG, we are graduating for youth, and you are watching The Real on Apps TV.
Like we always do at this time, I go for mine. I get to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky.